This is going to take so much longer than I thought. My husband can deal with that. The whip box knocking out like 6 reindeer on a night. That sentence shouldn't have been said. Unfortunately, my husband was right. This is all DK acrylic. The day has finally come. It is time to tackle this third bedroom. This room, since we moved in, has been the dumping ground for anything that we haven't been using straight away. And it is just, it's the last room in the house that we need to unpack. There are boxes everywhere, there is wool everywhere, everything is everywhere. It's just become a sort of hold all for everything that we're not using right now, specifically my yarn. So this is eventually going to be my craft room. We just need to get it sorted, and that starts today. I've put it off too long. I need it done. I need the space for my yarn because it is in vacuum sealed bags, it's in carrier bags, it's a mess. Let's just jump straight in. Okay, before I actually start, here's a quick overview. Obviously this room isn't being used. There is enough room to stand in it, and that's about it. That is a desk back there, and that's a bluey chair. I think this is all stationery, and this is all crafty stuff. There's bags of yarn everywhere. This is all yarn. This is like random stuff that's just been put in here. Some of these have things in, some of them don't. That's all yarn. That's all yarn. Those drawers are empty, so I'm hoping that they will be the saving grace of this room, that we will be able to just put stuff in there, especially like stationery and things. I also have my printer and like important things. And yeah, some of this stuff can go, some of it needs to go on the loft, some of it's going to get hung up on the walls. This is all from when we decorated the bathroom. So this is where we're starting. We just have to do it. Okay, it's the next day. All of the boxes are out of the room, and the only thing that's left is to sort what we're going to do with the desk, because at the minute we have 2 Alex drawers, and then we have the desk on top. And then we also have 2 sets of like the IKEA cube things. We also have 2 different types of desktop. We have the 1 meter one and we have the 1.5 meter one. We can't get to both sets of Alex drawers with the cubes in here, so we're thinking we might swap one of the Alex drawers for legs. So we're going to play around with the configuration of the desk, and that'll ultimately decide how this room's going to look. So let me give you a scan of where we are. The stuff that's left in here is stuff that's either going to stay in here or it's craft stuff, so it all needs to be in here anyway. But I think we've done a pretty good job of moving stuff out and getting stuff sorted. There was like 6 or 7 boxes in here and they're all empty now, so we're on the right track. So this is how the room is currently. We are going to try and swap out at least one of the Alex drawers and put legs on the desk instead, but we're just going to try a few things out. Okay, so I'm really struggling to decide how to actually put this room because it's such an awkward shape and size. So this is the 1 meter desk that we decided was going to be best, but actually looking at it, these drawers stick out so far from these that there's like just like this bit in the middle of the room that we can't use. We could put them over here, but it's going to cover these sockets, and we can't put them over here because of the radiator. Ideally one of these would go on that wall, but it won't because of the, again, the socket and also the light switch. Can't put it here because it's going to cover the window. That's already covering the window a little bit. I don't know. I think I'm just like trying to fit so much furniture in here, but it's all storage that we used in the old house, so we're like used to having it as storage and used to having that storage space, and if we got rid of anything then we would have a load of stuff that we don't have anywhere to put it. There's not any other rooms where we could put any of this furniture either. Like, it has to go in here or we have to get rid of it. So I'm really struggling. I really don't know what to do with all this furniture. I'm like, it's just such a small room and we're trying to fit so much into it. I don't know. I'm feeling a bit stuck because I also want to be able to film in here and have like, there's a window here. I would ideally like the desk under the window so that there's like light, like you see all this light coming in, and it's like 3 o'clock and it's raining outside. There's so much light coming in. Like, ideally I would have the desk there so that I could film with the desk there and have the like everything in the background for filming, but it's just not going to fit. There's just too much furniture to try and fit in, so I think I'm going to have to rethink. Going to try move things around again and see how we end up with it. This is going to be a lot better once I get like a blind or something up on this window. I'm very sorry about the lighting, but it's been a few days, and I'm going to say this: when you are trying to renovate a room from literally moving in day where everything was shoved in here to a room that's actually functional, when you have a 1-year-old, is actually quite difficult, and that's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. That's why I haven't done anything for about 2 weeks, but we have managed to get the room configured how we want it. And we did have to buy some higher up legs for the desk so that it would sit over the radiator, because the lower ones were sitting on the radiator. So we got some new legs from IKEA, which were I think about £7.50 each, which isn't that bad at all, just to raise it up a little bit. I think it can go higher, but I'm quite happy with how it is. And then everything that you're seeing here pretty much is yarn and crochet things. So my next job is turning all this into a functional craft room. So first I just took everything out that we had to put back in over the last 2 weeks. We obviously couldn't leave everything on the landing as it was. And then I'm just going to sort through what space I have, see where things are going to go, and just sort of come up with a plan, I think is the idea. Okay, I moved some things out, but I am already lost. I've literally been doing this for about 3 minutes. I know that I want to use one set of Alec straws for crafty things that aren't necessarily yarn, and I want to use another set of Alec straws for like stationery stuff, home stuff, like important stuff. Some of my husband's crafts can go in a different set. I'm just struggling to find it all. I know that that's what I'm looking for, but I don't know where any of it is, and I'm starting to panic that all of this is wool. I don't know where it's all gone. I know that we had like a lot of stationery and I had a lot of makeup and hair things in these Alec straws in the old house, so I assumed that it was all in here because I haven't seen it since I moved in, and now that I'm trying to find it, I can't find it. And the drawers are empty at the minute, so I know that they're not in the drawers, so I'm already freaking out, and I wish my husband was here because he is good at giving me like a starting point and I would be able to just start where he told me to. So I don't know. I'm gonna stop recording until I like gather my thoughts and work out where I am. Okay, I've got going. I've got 2 drawers full of things for like market prep. I might move things around because at this point I have one drawer that's just full of like poly mailers. I feel like there's a better use for a drawer than for purely poly mailers, but we'll find out. I also found my first spider. It was just like, I don't even think it was a spider, you know when they like shed their exoskeleton? But it was that. I found this, which was my first iteration of the double take bolero, which came out in April. Did it come out in April or did it come out in March? Either way, this was the first version of it. I did it with mohair. It was the first time I was using mohair, and I don't know if you will be able to see, but the sleeves were way too short. I'd never used this kind of yarn before and it just shrank. So that was a learning curve. I kind of don't want to throw this away because it was the first version of it, but also I'm never going to wear it, and secondly I can't frog it because it's mohair, so I think I'm going to throw this out. I also found in here I have a lot of whips, and this is literally one from, I was making my husband a hat when I was pregnant and my baby is now 18 months old. So that's how long I've had this whip. The ball of wool is still in there. I think the hook was in here, but I obviously took it out to use it for something, so I don't even know what hook size I was using for this. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep all my whips in one place and then at a later date go through them and either finish them, frog them, or fix them, or whatever needs done with them. Maybe that could be a little series, like a Finish It Fridays, or like a, but maybe I could do something like I have 2 cups to a tulip bralette that literally just need connected, and oh, they are already connected, they just need the back and the straps put on, and I think I still have this beige yarn, so I could finish this if I wanted to. It is made with acrylic. I wouldn't now make this with acrylic, so I'll come to it. I found, this is 2 whips in one bag, I don't know why. A little bunny that literally just needs his ears sewn on, and his ears are in here, I just need to sew them on. And I also, in here is like a little mini cat that I was making with Rickaroomy, which just needs stuffed and then finished off. So this box for now is going to be the whip box. Everything else is still everywhere, but that's where I'm at. This is going to take so much longer than I thought. I literally turned that off and started a time lapse and found this, and I knew I had it. Oh my god. Okay, so throwback to my Christmas video where I was trying to crochet Christmas gifts and I freaking lost one of them. I was trying to find my tie that I was making and I can't find it. Disaster averted, I've found it. As I said, oh my god, that's not even it. That's not even it. I thought it was it and it's not. But I just can't find this tie. I've pulled everything out. Update on the tie, still haven't found it. I found it. This is it. This is the tie that I was making for my friend with the hook still in it and the yarn still in it and stitch markers, everything. I knew that I had it. I can't believe I found it. Now I need to finish it. Oh my god, I actually can't believe I found it. Well, Brendan, I know that you don't watch my videos. I've addressed you in multi-videos and you've never mentioned it. Christmas 2025, you are getting your crocheted tie because I will finish it, but for now it's going in the whip box. So after that bit of excitement, I just went back to going through bags, finding what went where. Honestly, it was just a process of going through every single bag and box and seeing what I had and seeing what I wanted to keep and seeing where I wanted to put it. It was a long process, but it was very cathartic, and obviously it was rewarding because I found a lot of things that I didn't even know I had. Okay, so one thing that I'm doing, which is just helping my brain sort of like remember where I am, is I'm putting these little like sticky tabs onto anything that's empty. So you can see that these two cupboards are empty because they have stickers on them. And there's a couple of things like behind me that are also empty. So I just emptied this cupboard and I'm going to stick a sticker on it. So now I know, like, when I'm looking for a place for something, I know that all of these are empty and I can put stuff in them. And then when they're not empty anymore, I'll just take the stickers off. I wish that this process had gone as fast as I'm going in this clip because, oh gee, did this take a long time. But it's just more sorting and stickering and organising. So this is something that, again, I've been dreading. I started back at crochet with amigurumi, and I have a bag of like odds and ends of amigurumi things. Like I have a couple of hippos, bees, classic, and I don't know what to do with them because I have moved on to doing wearables and doing accessories and doing things like this instead. So I don't know what to do with it all because I could do a market and sort of sell whatever sells and then sort of cut my losses with the rest of it and sort of say, well, I enjoyed making it and I learned a lot making it and I had a lot of fun, and then just maybe donate it to like the hospital, the children's ward at the hospital. Or, but again, with doing that, is that a bug? My husband can deal with that. So what I'm saying is I have this whole bag full of stuff, and I also have a bin here that's full of stuff as well that I just don't know what to do with it because at the end of the day it's going to take up a lot of room and it's just not what I'm making anymore. It's just not me anymore. There's so many, like I don't think you understand how many there are. So yes, this is sort of like a bittersweet thing for me. I don't know what to do with it. But what is in here, oh my god. This was like my second attempt. This was when I started using stitch markers because the first time I tried to make a bat, I made ugly bat and it was awful, and my friend's kid has that now and he actually likes it, so that's nice. But this bat is one of the first things that I actually made with like skills. I love him, he's so cute, he's never going anywhere. He doesn't have a face because I didn't know how to do faces. I didn't know that safety eyes were a thing, but I just love him. He has little feet, he's cute. So I'll probably find a place for him in here somewhere. For now you can sit up here and judge me and all the decisions that I'm making. So that's something that I'm going to have to deal with at some point because I also have a lot of things that I am still making that I need to find a place for, and I just think that all these toys are going to take up a lot of space. And I think one of the things about selling them as well is the UKCA testing thing takes so long, and no matter what anyone says, it's expensive, especially if you're making big elaborate things that take you hours on end. It's expensive to then just destroy it. I slowed down because it was too daunting is the thing, and I really enjoyed making it, and I would still make amigurumi for like my daughter or friends or, you know, as gifts because you don't have to UKCA test all that. Yeah, what I have is just what's left from Christmas markets that I did last year. I haven't made anything since Christmas, which is sad really. I think one of the last things I made was a reindeer, like that's just sad. Yeah, it was like a big part of my crochet journey was amigurumi, and I really enjoyed myself while I was doing it, but I've just changed and my interests have changed, my perspective has changed, and my priorities have changed. I don't have the time to be knocking out like 6 reindeer on a night. I would rather spend my time making something that I'll actually wear and that's something I'll actually use. But yeah, I think I have a lot of feelings about it, and I didn't expect it. So now coming across it all and everything that's left, I'm sort of like, was it a waste of time? Because like there are hours and hours of work in these bags and boxes of toys that I'm just never going to use. So yeah, sorry to like stop and have a bit of a rant, but I just came across the bag and I was like, I need to talk about this. Okay, I'm back on the floor again and I'm trying to sort through my husband's Warhammer. I don't know a lot about Warhammer. I do know that I don't want to mix anything up. I have these little glass dishes that have like a little wooden lid, which I had bought with the full intention of doing little carrot sticks and cucumber sticks for the fridge. But you really can't fit a lot in them carrot wise, so I'm hoping that these might do well for Warhammer. It has a lot of like painted little models, which are super cool. I'm just going to put them in here, any that are together, try and keep them together and hope that they are right. I feel like everyone who plays Warhammer is just watching me absolutely ruin my husband's Warhammer game. I do know that something about the purple ones, I think like the purple ones are a team and then like the blue ones are a team. Should I be keeping the teams separate? Should I be waiting until my husband got home and he could have done this? Maybe I could do them in teams and then put like a set of dice in with each team and then they'll stay separate so that I don't ruin his game for him. Maybe that's what I'm gonna do. I honestly don't know why I filmed this time lapse of me putting my husband's Warhammer away, but I think I was slowly losing my mind doing this, so that could explain it. I think I have most of things done that aren't yarn. A lot of things are now empty. I think I'm in a position where I'm going to stop for today, and then next time when I come back it's going to be the fun bit and it's going to be putting all the yarn away. So yeah, so I'm going to stop for the day and carry on, I don't know, whenever I next get a couple of hours to myself. When does that ever happen? Probably another 2 weeks time. It has literally been weeks, but I'm back at it and I'm going to show you like everything that I've sort of done. We're at a point now where this is all wool. This is all wool. That's the bluey chair still here. These are all empty apart from this one, which has wool in it. So I am at a point now where I'm just going to be putting wool away. This isn't even all the wool. I also have another box that's been in my bedroom since we moved in. The end of May, moved in January, so like 4.5 months. And it's not a small box, it's like, it's bigger than any of these. Okay, so anything that has a brown sticker on is empty. Anything with a yellow sticker on has something in it, but I like know what's in it and it's okay staying in there. So there are basically, there's 4 of these cubes going down and 4 going across. So my plan is that the top 8 will be empty and I will stack the wool in the top 8. I'm hoping that's going to be enough room. It should be. Surely I don't have more than that. I would hope I don't have more than that. Then I've got these like cupboard doors here, which I'm going to put stuff in that like can be hidden away, or stuff that was in these like stationary things, office things. They can go in the cupboard so that they're out of the way. And then on the bottom I have these like bins. So again, things that can be hidden away and I don't necessarily need a lot can go in the bottom bins. That's my vision. These drawers I'm going to put up on the top so I can use them. So like this one has like random balls of like yarn that's too much to throw away but not enough to actually do anything with. So I have a few of those in there and that's going to go on the top. I'm going to probably use one for my cotton yarns because I know since I moved I've bought a lot of cotton yarn. So I think I'm going to use one of these for that, and then the rest is just going to be multicoloured yarn. The way I think I'm going to organise it is by type, so like chenille, acrylic, cotton, whatever. Then by brand, so like Stylecraft, Serdar, whatever, Hobbycraft, whatever, and then by colour, so that it can be like, if I know that I'm going to be making something with Women's Institute yarn, I want to be able to get all my Women's Institute yarn, but also I want to be able to see all the colours. And I do want it to look nice at the end of the day. I want it to like, you know, be aesthetically pleasing if I can. So that's the vision. Now I just need to execute it. I was going to get all of the wool out and lay it on the floor and take like a picture, because when else am I ever going to get to do that? As soon as I started moving wool around, I realised it's not worth it. It would be a cool picture, it would be fun, but it's going to take like an hour, easily an hour, to get it all out and put it all away again. And I think some things are kind of already organised into groups, like my chenille is all in vacuum sealed bags and I don't want to like get them out, throw them on the floor and then have to find them all again. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and start putting yarn in here and hope for the best. And it'll still be cute, it'll look cute at the end. So I started with the chenille yarns because I knew where they were, I knew they were all together and they were already kind of organised in colour within their individual bags. So I started with that, just trying to keep the colours together and make it look nice. Okay, so I've got my chenille in, and I could have swore I had more chenille. There are colours that I definitely have that aren't here, mainly black, and also I feel like I have more of this like oyster colour here. Maybe it'll turn up, maybe it won't, but that is making me think that I'm definitely going to have enough room in these 4, because I thought that the chenille alone was going to take up at least 3. So that's a positive. I'm just going to keep going. I think I'm going to move on to, oh gosh, I don't know. I kind of want to organise everything into brand. So I think I might do that. I might start with Women's Institute because that's the one that I use the most, and maybe put those like here so they're like right where I want to get them. Also, I'm considering moving these down because I thought there was going to be more. I put them at the top, but actually I think I might move them down because I don't use them as much anymore, and put my acrylics along the top because there's definitely going to be more acrylic than there is chenille. So I might move those down one and then start here with the acrylics. I also noticed that one of these boxes isn't just yarn. Oh, I'm wobbling you. It is stuffed toys, plushies, various book things, cup sleeves, all sorts. So we're going to have a ratchet through that as well and decide where we're going to put all that. That's where we're at. I'm going to go and drag the huge box in from my bedroom. Maybe there's chenille in there. I don't know, because they just weren't as full as I thought they were going to be. I've moved those down. I have like this one grey, this is all I have of it, but obviously it needs wound up, so I'm going to put this to the side. But next, I have quite a lot of like super chunky, like this is what I use for making my handbags and various things. So I have quite a lot of this, so I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it on this bottom row here, and then I'm hoping that all my acrylic will fit in these top 4, but we'll see. This is what I'm doing next. I had a lot of the same colour of this yarn, so I did actually double stack it, so there was 2 lying down rather than just 1, if that makes sense. Okay, I'm going to pivot again because there wasn't nearly as much as I thought I had, and again I'm sure I'm going to find more, but I'm going to do the super chunky in with my chunky because I have quite a lot of that too from making mushroom bags. So I'm going to double stack these so that like when I've got 2 that are the same colour, I'm putting them one behind the other, because you can fit one behind the other in the little cubbies quite perfectly. So when I have 2 of the same colour, I'm putting one behind the other just to save some space, but I'm not putting any that have like one of behind the others because I want to be able to see what I have. I don't want to go out and buy things that I already have in my stash that I didn't know I had. Okay, this is the box that has been sitting in my bedroom for the past however many months, and there is more chenille in here. This is the black chenille. I knew I had some. There's a few of it. Also this massive one, which we don't see a lot of in the UK. I feel like this like blanket yarn is a lot more accessible in the US. This cost me an arm and a leg. It was £9.95. That's not that bad actually for this. This is the Flutterby Huggable. I bought this to make my daughter a cat, and then I've just never made it. I need to find a place for this because I think this is the only one of these that I have. I'm thinking I might have to have like a miscellaneous square, but this box is full. Let me show you how big this box is. It's full to the top. Oh my god, there's stuff in this. Oh, okay. Oh, there's a lot of chenille in here, and there's some more chunky as well. I think I'm going to have to sort through this before I start putting anything on the shelves, because I don't want to have to keep moving things around if I can help it. So I think I'll get all the chenille out and put the chenille in, and then go from there. Also, my husband has just informed me that there is more wool downstairs that I didn't know about, so, or at least I can't think of what it is. So he's going to get that for me so I can put that away too. Okay, so these are all chenille done. Then I found more of these super chunky, those are all together. I'm still not sure if I'm going to find more of those or not. And then I found a couple of balls of chunky, but I actually think the rest are in the box that you're sitting on. So I'm going to leave that for now. The next bit is going to be all of the acrylic. I found some like miscellaneous stuff as well. I found some like mohair and some alpaca and some actual wool. I'm definitely going to have a miscellaneous cubby, which I would like to be low down so that you don't see it necessarily, because it's all going to be different colours. But I think what I'm going to do, because the acrylic is the bulk of the stuff, I think I'm going to go and take out all of the cotton and fill one of these sets of drawers with just cotton, and then that's out the way, and then theoretically all that's left is the acrylic and just like any odds and ends. I can see some more alpaca, things like that. We're getting there, we're moving and grooving, we're getting there. Unfortunately my husband was right, and there was in fact a good amount of wool downstairs that I just didn't know about. So that's up here now. I think I'm going to try and like round up all the cotton. I'm not too worried about the cotton being mixed together because for the most part I use the same brand, and if nothing else it's all machine washable apart from that bloody Hobbycraft stuff. But so I'm just going to try and collect all the cotton into a basket and then go from there. Okay, we're now on the floor. I've collected all of the cotton. Oh my god, this is heavier than I thought it was going to be. This is all cotton and I'm going to put them in here, and I would like to do it kind of by brand, kind of by colour. I think it's probably going to be best, because these are quite shallow, to do it by brand. For example, so these are the UKCA Brett. You can just stack two but it wouldn't close, so all of the UKCA Bretts are going to have to go next to each other. Rikarumis, I can stand up on their ends like this and there's plenty of room, so I'll probably have one for Rikarumi because I think that's what I have most of, and then another for UKCA Brett, and then another for miscellaneous Hobbycraft whatever stuff. I have a lot of this Rikarumi Nilly Nilly, which is like a chenille, really fine chenille. I'm going to put these to the side. Maybe they'll fit in with my Rikarumis. I am doubtful, but they might end up in a different drawer somewhere. I don't have that many of them. This was the kind of thing that I was just sort of buying because it's quite niche. I was buying things like the colours that I needed. So like I wanted to make a mallard duck, so I bought like the colours to make a duck. So like that's the kind of, I think I only have a few. But equally, my local yarn shop that is like an hour or so away from me has an offer where if you buy 10 you get one free. Who am I to turn that down? So I quite often would just be like, oh, this is a nice colour, like this is a nice colour, let's just get that one too. That's why I have so much Rikarumi, because they have that offer on, and they have it really cheap as well. They have it, I believe it's like £1.15 per ball. Most of them are Rikarumi. I have some little Serdar balls in here too, but most of it is Rikarumi, so I'm going to stack that in here and see where that leaves us. Some of them are like half balls as well, but I'm still going to put them all together because I'm not about to start separating out like half balls of 25-gram balls. That's just silly. It's looking cute. You can see this, can't you? I'm gonna be so mad if you can't see. Okay, so the angle on me is worse, but the angle on the yarn is better, so I'm kind of trying to go for a rainbow, but also I don't want to like spread out too much because I will be able to fit the like nilly nilly in here, so I would like to be able to do that if I can. If you're wondering if my back is hurting from sitting on the floor, the answer is yes, yes it is. This, I think I made a little mini Perry the Platypus out of this colour. Okay, so that's all of the Rikarumi in here. If I find more, that's okay because I have space for more. So I'm going to pop that in and then I'm going to put the UKCA Brett into the next drawer down. In this one, we're going to put all of our UKCA Brett. This is my favourite yarn, so I do have quite a lot of it. And I am the kind of person that I always think I don't have a colour when I do, so I have 3 blacks because I just keep buying it. Can you hear the neighbour kids being so loud in their own garden? How dare they? I don't even know if I'm going to fit all of this into one drawer. There we go, UKCA Brett done. The only cotton that I have left is this Hobbycraft cotton that I used for a reel. I don't know where to put it because it's not machine washable, which isn't my thing. I like when cotton is machine washable, especially when you're making wearables. I will use it for like hair things, but I don't necessarily think I'll be reaching for it anytime soon. I might put it at the back of the Rikarumi drawer because there was space in there. Put it in there, and oh my god, there's more here. Right, this is Rikarumi, so I'm going to put this in and see if there's space for the others. I don't want to be too anal about where I'm putting everything, but also like I want to be able to find things when I want them. I have actually found a lot of unfinished projects while I've been doing this. I don't know if it might be of interest if I did like a fix it, finish it, or frog it little series, maybe just on TikTok or on my shorts, and just do like a once a week I pick a project out and either I finish it or I fix it or I frog it, because I have a bin here of things that either need fixed, finished, or frogged. So let me know if that is something that you would actually want to see. I'm going to be so amazed if anyone even watches this video. Okay, I'm going to move back to doing acrylic now, which is the bit I've been dreading doing, but it needs done. I'm nearly there. And it's looking really cool as well. It's getting there, it's getting there. Okay, here is a prime example of a fix it, finish it, or frog it. I have still oh. I have, with like the yarn still attached, I believe. I have a jumper that is my own design that I started in December, I think, so a few months ago. I have the full thing. It's quite heavy, but I have like the body, this is the sleeve, this is the last sleeve, and literally all I have to do is finish this sleeve and sew it together, and I've just not done it. So that, I think that would be a good fix it, finish it off, frog it. There's also a tiny piece of chenille in the bottom of here for no reason at all. And that's still attached. This is the, oh my goodness. Oh, I was using 2 yarns at once. Okay, so it's still attached to everything. You see the vision? This was gonna be cute. Why didn't I finish it? I think I should do it. I think that would be a good way to bust some of my whips, and that sentence shouldn't have been said. I think it would be a good way to work up some of my whips and also like keep my social media going. So I don't know what to do with this. Maybe put it in here because it was my own pattern. I haven't even written this pattern down. I've just got to hope that I remember what I was doing. I think I'd be able to work it out just from looking at it. I can kind of remember. Oh, there's a lot in this whip box. Do you want to see? Sneak peek. This is all things that, like, some things just need ends sewn in. This just needs some felt on the back. These just need the ends woven in. This is that half a bandana I just found. This is the start of a cardigan that I gave up on. Bucket hat. Like, there's all sorts in here. And, like, I am quite, I'm kind of guilty as well of, like, putting things in with the hook. So, like, this has the hook with it. So that I remember what hook that I was doing it with. But that means that I don't get to use my hooks, and then I just buy a new hook. Like, this is a 5. Do you think I only have one 5? No, I don't. I have multiple 5s, and most of them are in this box. Okay, I'm working in this bin, and this is where I have like a lot of random types of yarn. So like I have this t-shirt yarn, which I have a black one and I have a beige one, but the beige one has something attached to it, so it's in the fix it finish off frog it bin. I have like one ball of this alpaca. I have like, this is chunky, but it's only like half a ball. And I have a lot of this, and this is something that I bought loads of when it was on offer. And then when I got it back, I realised I didn't actually like it. Like, I believe that all of this in this side is that everyday DK, and I have used some of it. I'm just not keen on it. But what I think I would like to do is keep this for when my daughter is big enough to want to like either start crocheting, so she has some cute colours to choose from, or if we're doing like cute crafts that involve yarn, maybe like making dream catchers or whatever, I'd like to keep that for that. So what I think I'll do is I'll empty this bin and leave stuff like that in here. So yeah, so I think that's what I'm going to do with that. But there is some Aran in stuff in here. This is like the Aldi Aran. I have a few balls of that. What's this? Oh, it's more chunky. That's what's in this box, and that's what I think I'm going to do with these. Okay, I feel like I'm actually getting somewhere. So I've got all of the like random miscellaneous yarn in a bin, apart from this, like in a little box so that it's out of the way. I don't know what I'm going to do with these. I'm going to put them to the side for now. I might just get rid of those because they're the kind of stuff that I don't really use anymore. I have some stuff set to the side to wind up, and then the box is full again, but this time, oh, this is all DK acrylic. So now I just need to like organise this into colour and then put it in a way. And I think I might actually ask my husband to come and help me organise it into colour because there's a lot in here, and I have to go pick my daughter up soon. I don't really have time to be faffing around doing it, so. Instead of doing that original plan, my husband went and got my daughter, and I sat and organised all of the yarn into brands instead of colours, and then kind of did colours within the brands so that it was still kind of aesthetic, but I knew where everything was. Okay, so I've got it all in. This is it. This is everything. I've got my Women's Institute here. Then this is like bonus DK and like miscellaneous random ones. This is all Stylecraft, and I have some James C. Brett here. I have my Aran here, chunky here, super chunky, and chenille. So I think I can condense this down into 3 cubes. Oh, no I can't. There's still all of the miscellaneous stuff. This is all Stylecraft, but I am very clearly making something with this, so I can't exactly just throw it all in a bin. I need it all together. You understand? I need it all together. I think I'm losing my mind. I've been doing this for so long. When I finish my Serdar blanket, all of whatever's left can go in here. If there's even going to be anything left, I'm a little bit worried. Just not as cute as I thought it was going to be. It's giving mix match. It's giving hodgepodge. It's not giving what I wanted it to give. So I'm going to stop recording for a second and I'm going to have a little bit of a think and a little bit of a play around and maybe have a break, have a cup of tea, come back to it. After my cup of tea, I decided to wind all of my like loose balls of yarn so that I could kind of see what I had left to fit on the wall. This was not as relaxing as I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be a kind of reset, but everything just kept getting tangled and it took me so long. Okay, so I've just spent the past like half hour winding up the odd balls that I had, and it took a lot longer than I thought. I'm over this. I'm going to do the last little bit and then I'm going to give you the tour and then I'll be done. It's done. I am so glad that this is done. I've been literally wanting to do this for months since I moved in and we agreed that this was going to be a craft room. I have been so excited to do this and I love it. It might not be as aesthetically pleasing as some other creators, but I just don't have like an abundance of yarn. I'm not buying multiples of one colour necessarily. Like, unless I have a project in mind, I just tend to buy one or two. If I like a colour, I'll just buy one or two. Otherwise, yeah, okay, I might buy a couple of balls if I have a project in mind. But for the most part, I just have like one of each colour, and so it's maybe not as like aesthetically pleasing. This square is my favourite. That looks super cute. That's chenille and it's all like rainbowy. This is also chenille and I put the super chunky here. Let me give you a little tour. Okay, so starting here, this is all chenille and then this is chenille going into super chunky. Coming back up here, this is all my Women's Institute double knit. This is my favourite yarn. This is my go-to, so I have put this separate. Instead of like mixing all of the double knit together, I like to keep this one separate because this is what I'm usually looking for. This is my Stylecraft double knit. This here is also Stylecraft, so when I've finished this project they will all go in here, so that's why there's a bit of a gap there. Then going down here, this is like miscellaneous, mainly miscellaneous double knit apart from this huge ball of Huggable. But this is all of the bonus DK as well. So when I finish my Serdar blanket, that'll go in here. I have some of the James C. Brett Aurora. These are all like baby yarns. And then go in here, this is all Aran, and then this is Chunky. I didn't have enough of either of these to warrant giving them their own cubbies. So I have Chunky, 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 and then these are Aran. And then this is the miscellaneous. I think this is the worst one. This is like, it's taken up a lot of space for like quite small balls of yarn. So I think I might actually, not today because I can't be bothered, but I might transfer them into one of these empty cubbies just so that I still have them, I can still see what they are, but they're not necessarily out. And then I have up here, this is all spare yarn that has been put into cakes. This is all just like random ends of yarn that's just in balls. This is all balls of chenille that's like all spare or been put into cakes. And then coming over here, this is cotton yarn that I have for a project that I'm doing. I'm going to make my daughter a dress, so this is all the cotton yarn for that. In this one I have all my James C. Brett, and I also caked up the ones that were like half empty. And then in here, this is all Rickaroomy, and this, again, this is probably my favourite drawer. What do I have in here? Oh, this is like odds and ends of the super chunky stuff, and then these are empty. So that is it. I have finally finished. This has been absolutely a labour of love and I'm really happy with how it's turned out. The rest of the room, there's still a couple of bits that need put away. Like, I haven't decided where the plushies and stuff are going to go yet, but I have a lot of space down here that I can use for that, so I'm not worried about it at all. I'm excited to have this room done because it's literally been sat here since we moved in January, being completely unusable, becoming a dumping ground for everything that we didn't know where to put, or things that were like in the way, we just shove them in here, and now this is This is an actual functioning, usable room, and I'm so happy about that. I'm also really happy that I now have somewhere to film my videos if I want, like if I can. If I'm home alone like I am now, then I can come in here to film instead of filming on the floor of my living room. I know that this video, before I even edit it, has been a long one, so if you made it to the end, thank you so much. Please consider subscribing, it would really help me out. I'm trying to reach 500 subscribers by the end of 2025. At the time of filming this, I actually just reached 100 subscribers, which is crazy. So with all that being said, thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna go and have a cup of tea and put my feet up. I think I've earned it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.